I've worked with buyers from Florida, Texas, New York, California, Illinois, and Ohio, and just about everywhere in between. And after helping hundreds of families relocate to Western North Carolina, I tend to notice something. The buyers who struggle after moving here almost always make the same mistakes. Not because they're careless, not because they didn't do their research, but because they assumed Asheville works like wherever they came from, and it doesn't. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the biggest things out-of-state buyers get wrong, and more importantly, how you can avoid making these same mistakes. Here's the first one, and it's huge. When people say, I'm moving to Asheville, what they usually mean is I'm moving somewhere near Asheville. Because Asheville isn't one place, it's a region. Within 30 minutes of downtown, you've got Arden, Fletcher, Fairview, Mills River, Black Mountain, Weaverville, and just a bit further out, you have Hendersonville to the south, and Cashiers to the southwest, Mars Hill to the north, and Waynesville to the west. Each of these communities has a completely different feel. Different price points, different commute dynamics, different elevation, different character. A buyer who says they want Asheville might actually be perfect for Black Mountain and terrible for downtown. A buyer who says they want quiet and acreage might thrive in Fairview and be miserable in a Weaverville subdivision. The mistake people make is treating Asheville like a single destination instead of a region with a dozen distinct communities inside it. The best buyers I work with stop asking where in Asheville and start asking which part of Western North Carolina actually fits the life I'm trying to build. There's a fundamentally different question, and it leads to fundamentally better decisions. This one catches people off guard every single time. Everyone comes to Western North Carolina with the same wish list: mountain views, privacy, and acreage. And I get it, that's why people move here. But here's what doesn't show up on the wish list: the driveway, a steep, winding, half-mile gravel driveway that's impassable in the winter. The well system that needs maintenance no city buyer has ever even thought of. The septic system. The 45-minute wait for a contractor because you're 20 minutes outside of town. The propane delivery schedule. The fact that certain medical providers won't come to you and certain grocery deliveries won't either. That's not a reason to avoid the mountains. I live here and I love it. But it is a reason to understand exactly what you're buying before you fall in love with the listing photos. The view is real, but so are the trade-offs. Section 3 is they think Asheville is cheap, and I want to be careful here because I'm not trying to talk anyone out of moving here. But I do want to be honest, Asheville is more affordable than a lot of major metros. If you're coming from Miami, San Francisco, or New York, the price comparison can feel dramatic. And here's something I hear from buyers pretty consistently. Asheville feels affordable right up until they start shopping for the exact lifestyle they moved here to have. Because the moment you add views, the price goes up. The moment you add acreage, the price goes up. Privacy, it's going up. Luxury finishes, it's going up. Proximity to downtown or to a hospital, probably going up. The things people move to Western North Carolina for are exactly the things that carry a premium in this market. That's not a flaw in the market, it's just how it works. And at the luxury level, the best properties, the ones with the views, the privacy, the acreage, the finishes, are priced accordingly. The market here has matured significantly over the last decade. Homeowners insurance has gotten more expensive. Elevation, flood risk, older housing stock. Contractors are stretched. If you buy a property that needs work, budget more than you think. Buyers who arrive with unrealistic price expectations either end up compromising on everything they moved here for, or they go home empty-handed. Come in with clear eyes and you'll be fine. They also underestimate the importance of community. This is the one I see hurt people the most. Someone spends 6 months researching neighborhoods, they tour 8 homes, they negotiate hard, they close, and then they move. And then 6 months later, they're miserable. because the house is wrong, but because they're lonely. The house got them here, but the community determines whether they stay. People focus so much energy on the physical location, the square footage, the lot size, the kitchen, and almost no energy on social infrastructure. Where's your church? Where are the people who share your values? Where are the activities that fill your calendar? In the markets where most of my buyers come from, that social infrastructure existed. It took years to build, but it was there. You move here and you have to rebuild it from scratch. While it's not impossible, this is one of the most welcoming regions in the country, but it requires intention. It requires showing up, and it requires time. The buyer who thrives here are the ones who moved with a plan for community, not just a plan for the square footage. They think they're buying a house, and this is the sneaky one. You're not buying a house, you're buying a daily routine. You're buying a commute, or the absence of one. You're buying a relationship with weather. You're buying a culture, or you're buying a pace of life. I've had buyers tell me they want acreage. When we actually dig deeper, what they actually want is peace. The ability to step outside and hear nothing. The feeling of space and distance from the world. That's not always about acreage. Sometimes it's the right neighborhood and the right elevation band. I've had buyers tell me they want to be downtown. When we dig deeper, what they actually want is connection, walkability, and the ability to bump into people, to feel part of something. Sometimes downtown is the answer. Sometimes it's a small town like Weaverville or Black Mountain that gives them the same energy without the congestion. The buyers I work with aren't attached to specific property types. They're attached to a feeling, and they trust their agent, like myself, to help them find where that feeling actually lives in this market. I want to talk about research for a second, because research is good, research is smart. That's probably why you're watching this video right now. But there's a point where research stops being preparation and starts being delay. I've watched buyers spend 2 years watching YouTube videos about Asheville, reading every article, touring twice a year, building spreadsheets, and during those 2 years, the properties they wanted either sold or went up in price. Research tells you what to look for. It doesn't tell you what it feels like to wake up here on a Tuesday in November when the fog is sitting in the valley and the air smells like wood smoke. The buyers I've seen make the best decisions come into this market informed, but not paralyzed. They've done the research, they've watched the videos, they've visited more than once, and then they commit. If you've been researching Asheville for more than a year, ask yourself honestly, what information would actually change your decision? If the answer is nothing, then you're ready. Let me end on this because I think it's worth saying clearly. The buyers who come to this market and land well, who find the right community, who love where they live, and who don't have regrets, do a few things consistently. They visit multiple times, not just in peak summer and when everything looks perfect. They come in January. They drive the driveway in the rain. They ask what winter feels like at that elevation. They explore multiple communities, not just Asheville proper. They let themselves be surprised by Black Mountain or Weaverville or Hendersonville. They ask hard questions. What's the internet like? What's the closest hospital? And what does daily life actually look like from this address? They test the daily routine before they commit. They stay in the area for a week, not just a weekend. And most importantly, they get local guidance, not from a national relocation site, not from a Reddit thread, from someone who actually lives here and works this market every single day. So my verdict, the biggest mistake out-of-state buyers make is trying to fit Asheville into a framework from somewhere else. They compare it to where they came from. They apply the assumptions that worked in their last market, and Western North Carolina isn't that market. The best approach isn't to arrive with a plan. It's to arrive with curiosity, to learn what this region actually is, not what you hope it is and not what Instagram says it is, not what a long weekend made it feel like, but what it actually is. When you do that, this is one of the best decisions that you'll ever make. If you're thinking about relocating to Western North Carolina, don't just pick a house. Let's figure out which part of the region actually fits the lifestyle that you're trying to build. I offer complimentary 30-minute relocation strategy calls. No pitch, no pressure, just clarity. Visit connect.buildavore.com to schedule that call. And if you found this video helpful, I hope you'll subscribe, because that's what this channel is exactly for. Hit the like button, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.